Hello students, let's start with circulatory system today. So, first of all, we will discuss the importance or significance of circulatory system. So, it is vital for all the body processes. Vital means it is very essential for the body processes, and it transports oxygen, nutrition and hormones to our body itself. So whatever oxygen, hormone and nutrition is required, it is transported to the cells of our body through our circulatory system, and at the same time it removes carbon dioxide and waste products from the body. Next is parts of the circulatory system. So most important part of the circulatory system is our heart, and the red colored blood vessels which connect the heart to all the body parts to carry out oxygenated blood is known as arteries, and the other blue colored vessels are known as veins. And capillaries are the interconnecting vessels that connect both arteries and blood veins in order to exchange the blood. So let's talk about why I have written arteries in red color, because our arteries carry out oxygenated means pure blood. Oxygenated means blood carrying oxygen from all the body parts through heart. So heart is sending oxygenated or pure bloods from heart to all the body parts. So actually arteries bring out oxygenated blood through arterioles into the capillaries wherein exchange of gases will take place, and it transport blood from venules to veins. So the basic function of capillary is to exchange both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood through arteries and veins. So it is smallest body blood vessel, and it helps to move oxygen, water and lipids by the process of diffusion from arteries to eliminate waste through the veins, and this waste is removed through the excretory system out of our body. So I have written veins in blue color. Why? Because it carry blood from all the parts of the body to the heart, and this blood is impure and deoxygenated blood. So as you can see, all some of we see that there are blue colored blood vessels which are called as veins. These are the veins which we see are blue in color and carry impure or deoxygenated means it carries carbon dioxide out of the body through lungs. And if I talk about the structure of artery and vein, superficially we will talk about thickness. The arteries are thick in nature, and they have narrow lumen. Lumen means inside a cavity through which blood flows. This is the cavity through which blood flows. So this lumen of artery is narrow, and lumen of vein is wide, and the walls of veins are thin in nature. Reason behind why arteries have thick wall, because they are carrying blood from heart to all the parts of the body, and it requires a lot of pressure to move blood to all the parts. Therefore, in order to avoid bursting of the arteries, they are thicker in nature, and the capillaries are single walled and with very less lumen. So I have given a differentiation in the form of flow chart with of structure and function that we have already discussed in previous slide. So you can read it out, and if you have any kind of doubt you can discuss it with me. And next is heart is the very important organ. If I talk about where it is situated in between our lungs in the chest region, and it is tilted a bit towards the left. Therefore it is said that the heart is on left because it's tilted towards the left, but it is present in the center of the chest. If I talk about size of the heart, close your fist without non-working fist. This is the size of your heart. If I talk about shape of your heart, it is triangular in nature, broader towards the upper side and narrow towards the base. So if I talk about structure of the heart from outside, you would see that there are just two chambers, the above and the below chamber. But if I see the structure of the heart, it has four chambers, and two is atrium. The upper region is known as atrium and the lower region is known as ventricles. And these all four chambers are separate from each other by heart walls. And if I talk about function of the heart, it is inferior vena cava and superior vena cava that collects impure or deoxygenated blood to right atrium of the heart. From right atrium, it moves to right ventricle. To stop backflow of blood from right ventricle to right atrium, tricuspid wall is there that stops the wall of ventricle to prevent the backflow of blood. From right ventricle, it moves to pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, since now you have studied that pulmonary arteries contain pure and oxygenated blood, but here pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means impure blood. So it is the exception कि pulmonary artery is carrying deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary signifies to lungs, and it takes lungs that carry out exchange of gases, and pure oxygenated blood from lungs come back into the body. Yes, again here is the exception. Exception is that pulmonary vein brings out pure and oxygenated blood, which is again an exception from lungs to left atrium. From left atrium, it moves to left ventricle, and from left ventricle to left atrium, the backflow of blood is prevented by mitral wall. So you can remember that right side RT is right side, right tricuspid valve, and L means left and LB means bicuspid wall. Here from now see left ventricle to then is aorta. Aorta is the main artery which carry blood from heart to all the parts of the body. So backflow of blood here is prevented by aortic wall. Same, the backflow of blood from pulmonary artery is prevented by pulmonary wall. So here I have shared this diagram. See, the blood is moving from where? From this inferior and superior vena cava to right atrium to right ventricle, and from right ventricle it goes to lungs through pulmonary artery. Through pulmonary vein, it comes back into left atrium. From left atrium, it moves to left ventricle, and from left ventricle through aorta, it moves to all the body parts. And here I have discussed the flow chart of same, so how the blood circulation is carried out in our body. So this is the complete diagram of flow chart. To remember it quickly, that veins carry out blood to right atrium, then right ventricle, then pulmonary arteries, and pulmonary arteries carry out blood from to the lungs. From lungs it is then moved to left atrium to left ventricle, and then aorta. From aorta it moves through to the all the body parts. So this is how the blood is moving to the heart, and here is the animation that I have shown. And for today, this is enough. Next in topic we will discuss cardiac cycle and heart output, how the heart carry out the various processes and functions, along with it's a little bit about external structure. Thank you.